All right, so I've done outside. Nobody's done. I've seen two other foreigners. Um, they're what I call ad tards. They're basically just trying to make money with their posts. I don't do that, so I don't really know the purpose of what they're posting. But no one has done inside a mall, and I'm actually inside a mall. Now, please remember, I'm not professional. I don't do this for Amazon. I don't do this for any kind of ad shit, so I don't have all that equipment. I just have my fucking phone, okay? So I just came in through the subway entrance, which is where that blue thing is behind that. And I'm gonna walk around the mall. Hopefully my camera angle won't be all fucked up. But this is the first floor. So behind me, I'm gonna walk back. Behind me, you'll see me walking, and I'll slowly pan the camera, and that way you can see what's going on. But you can see there's really nobody here. So let's just walk down here. Now some of these stores are open, but nobody's inside. So it's not like everything is closed off, but most of the restaurants are closed. There's a wine and liquor store that's open. Some kind of massage chair place is open. I'm curious to see if Starbucks is open upstairs. The Pacific Coffee is open as well, but I don't know about Starbucks now. It was open a couple of days ago. So here is like a pharmacy that sells weird shit, So that's open. There's a bread store. These places are open, but they don't have much on there because they actually make the bread here, so the workers aren't really working that much. There's a whatever store, snack store. This is the Vanguard, the Huarin Wanjia. This is where I buy groceries. This is actually underneath my apartment. And then here's a Best store that sells like imports. So let's go upstairs and see what that looks like. I'm gonna do the back behind me. You can see nobody's really on the escalator. So let's go up and see what we see. Now remember, when I came in here, I had to get my temperature taken. I'm a foreigner, so I didn't have to write my name, I didn't have to write my phone number, I didn't have to write my ID number, I didn't have to write how I came into Shenzhen or how long I've been in Shenzhen. But every person that comes into these malls or into the apartment communities, the first time, if you live there, what I just discovered when I moved into mine, the first time I left and came back, I had to fill all that shit out at the guard station. But now I don't because they know me and I live there. But when you go into public places, any public place you go into, mall, grocery store, whatever, you're gonna have to sign all that shit, take your name and number and temperature and everything. So now I'm gonna walk down this way. You'll see what we got. Now, Apple's taking a hit and all these tech companies are taking a hit. This is why. Nobody's in these stores. So, nobody's here buying anything. But the stores are open, so they're spending money staying open, but they're not making money. It's an Apple reseller, a retailer right there. Nobody's in there. Japanese clothing company. Skincare products. Nobody's here. So you can see. This is a 5-6 story mall, and I don't know why these places would want to be open with nobody doing commerce. Well, what I call commercing. There's an H&M. Nobody's in there. There's a Sanjer Songshu. I don't know. I never really knew what that is. I think that's snacks. So there's nobody here, man. Why would they want to open? I don't really understand the logic behind opening a store. Nobody's actually buying anything. So as we walk, we see nobody. You see nobody. Well, there's some bras. Certainly, I'm sure nobody's in there. Bras and underwear. Nobody's trying to buy that looking sexy with a face mask on, right? This is the main entrance, but it is locked. Locked down like Wuhan. And you can see up here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels. And nobody. But there's a Haagen-Dazs behind me. So, nothing going on here in the mall. And every mall is more or less like this. Like I said, why they would want to have them open, I don't know. No idea. But the way they do things here. Watch company. Nobody's there. This is a Uniqlo. Uniqlo is reportedly closed like half the stores in China. Well, this is why. Nobody's there. You can see behind me, there's only one person in that store, and it's the guy working there. So, okay, there's the Starbucks. Let's see, this is one. There are actually, oh, this is the main one. I thought it was open. Let's see. It appears that it is. Let's see what the sign says. Shouji Dian. So you have to place the order here, and then they deliver it. They bring it out to you. Well, that's good. They got the instant coffee. Okay. So normally this place is super packed, right? But as you can see, you can't even really go in there now. You have to place your order at the entrance, and then they bring it to you. Because you know, it's all about no contact. You know, you get your Wi-Fi, they put the shit downstairs on the. What in my building, that's normal. Most places they bring it directly to you, but in my building they're not allowed to come up anyway, even if there is no virus. So they have these different racks around. I showed you that in another video. So for me, in my building, that's a normal thing. And the Kuaidi doesn't bring it to your door. They put it in the electronic cabinets, or we have the actual Kuaidi businesses have like little offices that they put it in around my apartment, because my apartment is rather modern. Now there's an entrance that is open, but you have to sign your name and all the other shit there. So in my place, it's normal not to really have any interaction other than a phone call with the delivery person, whether it's packages or food, because they're not allowed to come upstairs. It's just a lot of security anyway. But in a regular apartment, like what I moved to today, they would actually, if it's food, they would actually bring it up into your door. So that's that. All right, so let's see what we got here. There's one, nobody. So now we're on the 3rd floor. You can see behind me, there's really nobody here. So you get the idea, right? I don't have to beat a dead horse. I just wanted to show you that there is no thing going on in this mall. And this is just one mall. This is going on everywhere in Shenzhen, and I'm sure in Guangzhou too. Although Guangzhou people are a little bit, they're a special kind of strange. Chinese people in general are strange. And I don't say this just because I'm a foreigner. They're strange by global standards. The entire country backs into the parking lot when they drive a car. Nobody knows how to pull in. They don't get it that front wheel drive is, you know, kind of like convenient to use. But, you know, a nation where everybody backs the car in, and sometimes you can sit there in traffic at a parking lot for not hours, but minutes waiting for someone to pull up and back in and pull up and back in and keep readjusting, because the way they drive is just, well, not efficient. So anyway, the point is, that's just how it is right now. It's just, so Guangzhou is a special kind of strange. And I guess in street terms, what I mean is they're even more fucked up than regular Chinese people. But that's just Guangzhou people, you know. They're very, very anti anybody who's not from Guangzhou, even other Chinese people. Fucking weirdos. Anyway, I'm not trying to be racist or prejudiced. I lived there for 4 years, so I know. Actually, I lived there for 3 years, then Shenzhen for 2 years, then went back for 2 years to Guangzhou, and then I came back to Shenzhen about a year ago. So I know what I'm talking about. And I lived in a couple of different places in Guangzhou, went to gyms in different districts, had a couple of different girlfriends there, and so I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just, you know, speaking empty words. All right, so let's go back. There's a security guard there. So if you look behind me, there's nobody walking behind me. So I think you get the point, okay? And this is why the retail industry is kind of taking a hit, because all these businesses are open and they're spending money on all these utilities, but nobody's buying anything. So that's that. Numbers are still being reduced here. I haven't checked today, but I'm sure we're down. The last couple of days, it's only been like 1 or 0 people in my city and Guangzhou too. And I use these two cities because they're the biggest cities in Guangdong. I think Guangzhou's got like 15 million, Shenzhen's got like 13 million. So if only one person in Shenzhen gets affected or is reported and no people in Guangzhou is reported, then you know the cases are really, really low. But anyway, you can't really trust the numbers, so they say, but I do, because, you know, it's like herding cats. Even in America, in this situation, people wouldn't really have an accurate count. So like I say, China's doing a good job. I think they're doing fine. So I'm not going to go up to the other two floors. There's no need to. You get the point. I'm just going to go down and do my shopping because I got shit I got to buy. But wanted to give a different perspective today. Did the subway, train station. One of the train stations, a more busier one for people going north, because Shenzhen Bay is north. Not only can you go to Guangzhou, but you can go to the rest of, you know, outside cities and provinces, and that's why millions of people go through there in a day. So this is something different. I haven't seen anybody do this yet, just to give you some insight into the commercing, shopping, and the retail industry firsthand. So that's that, and that's it. I wish you guys health and happiness and all the good shit. See you next time. Peace.